Hey, sister. Hello, everybody. Welcome. 2023, my first live of 2023. Hello, Dean Renee. I don't know. You didn't ever say, hey, Gary, Indiana. Welcome. If you hit the live on it, today I'm half sleep. I don't think I even put it on Facebook. But anyway, run up in here. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Yes, 2023. And yes, I hope you all enjoyed your holiday time off, vacation, whatever it was you did. Yeah, I was glad to see it was over. It is what it is. They didn't really do much here in the north, but it was crunk in the south. Yes, they was getting it in. So now we have stepped up into Dean. Okay, Dean Renee. We have stepped up into what year is this? 2023. I don't think I've had to write the date yet, and if I have, I probably am still writing 2022. But I'm ready for 2023. I don't know about y'all. It may not be a good look for some folks. I'm kind of getting pushed back into my normal old self. I'm trying to be, you know, on that good righteous path, but people will try your patience. So I got a couple of things that I want to go over and discuss. My outlook for 2023, what I'm not putting up with, what I'm putting up with, what's going to happen, what I'm hoping to happen in 2023. No resolution, just go with the flow, letting things go. So with that, a couple of things. I'm just gonna get into it because I got the hamburger meat now. I made me a hamburger today. I had chicken and cabbage and rice, and yeah, it was pretty good. And I'm greedy. That's why I don't like to cook because I'll sit here and just eat until it's gone. So burgers today. I still have some leftover rice and cabbage, but yeah, all I think about is eating. It makes me happy. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna touch on a couple of things. I know I try to keep my channel positive and negativity, but sometimes you just have to let people know. So we started off this year with some craziness. This is just the eighth day of the freaking year. So what we're not gonna do in 2023 is try me. Okay, that's just the bottom line. I keeps it real. I try to be mindful of other people's feelings. I try to be nice. But when you make them that Josie come out and it's not a good look for anybody. So number one, we all have our beliefs and things that we want to do and get done, in life. Beverly G. Scott, welcome. Everybody has their position. Everybody should play their position in life. We're coming off of some like really, really rough times for people with that whole scamdemic deal and all that bull crap. And sometimes you have to do what you have to do. Now, I was definitely a person that was anti-vax. And it was a particular vaccine that I was not down with, and that was anything coming out of the US and the UK. Sorry, it is what it is, not sorry. Okay. I don't trust y'all like that. So, to each their own. I've had discussions with one of my homeboys from Houston where, people, they had people so programmed that people wanted to tell him how you don't get the vax, we can't be friends, and all that shit. Y'all letting these clear people dictate to y'all who your friends are and who they're not. I deal with who I want to deal with. Let's get that straight right off the bat. Sometimes I wonder why people even deal with me, because I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to say what I got to say, and I'm going to do what I have to do. Not nothing scurvy, underhanded. I feel like respect is like the Marine Corps sword. It's earned, it's never given. Okay, that's it. Real simple. So if you don't believe in something, if you don't want to do something, then don't do it. So I had a situation, and then this is not the first situation. I try to give everybody two chances, because they say, burn me once, shame on you. Burn me twice, shame on me. So when I give you two chances and to just even be dealing with you, take advantage of it. I'm not saying that my circle is the greatest circle in the world. In my world, it is, but you have options and you have choices. So one thing that I'm pretty darn sure that I mentioned was that when I came to Ghana, you had to be vaccinated. Okay, that they had a list, and initially I almost didn't get in because I went with a vaccine that was a traditional vaccine. So there's only two places that had traditional vaccines: Russia and China. Okay, I took the vaccine because I knew I was coming here. So to have a old ass stunt tell me that I don't believe in vaccines, nor do I deal with people that have had the vaccine. Why did you do that stupid shit? Or some ignorant ass BS. Bye-bye. Real simple. And if you show up in this live chat, your ass gonna get blocked on here too. Because what I'm not with is a bunch of stupid bullshit from an ignorant motherfucker. Oh, I'm trying to be civilized. I'm trying to, because so much. Sometimes it don't work and you have to say what you have to say. But if that's your thought process, kick rocks. I'm just saying. But to be over 60, to be over 40 years old and to have some stupid ism, I'm not dealing with you because you got a vaccine. Girl, you didn't deal with me from the giddy up. First of all, I tried to help you and you didn't listen, and you got your own dumb ass in a pickle. And you left one dumb situation for a second dumb situation. So now you want to sit up and tell me what you don't deal with because of something that I done to myself. Real simple. F you. Cut and dry. Cut and dry. I'm not with the shit. And you come up on my live or you come in my thing, my sister say, just ignore. I'm not ignoring shit. Real simple. Y'all better know who y'all can deal with. Don't let this pretty smile fool you. Okay? Real simple. That's first and foremost. Secondly, I had a situation yesterday. I don't know, I guess it's the year to try me. It's a full moon. Absolutely, Dean Renee would say, if your right hand offends you, chop it off. You are no hand, so you definitely out of here. So I don't know if I mentioned the last time, I had my neighbor back here, they was burning one day, and all I did was went outside to see what the heck was going on. Because if you would have looked out, matter of fact, that's what I did. I looked out my back window. I told you, when they burn here, it has this, I've never heard fire like that, but it's so dry. It sounds like the fire is literally running. So I heard this noise. I look out the window, and my wall is maybe only 3 or 4 feet from my window, from the back of my house. And all I see is flames shooting up, flames. And I'm like, well, they kind of close. Granted, this whole structure is cement, except for the doors on the inside, they wood. But I'm just saying, that is a little too close for comfort. So I go out to see what's going on. And they were burning. So they don't cut no grass up here, they burn it. And he said something about getting rid of snakes. And I'm like, well, are you chasing them on the inside of our house or my house or what? That's the first thing I think. If you burning something, they're going to get to a safe haven, which is inside of somebody's house. And I am not with that program. So he just laughed, little guy. And I see him again. He speaks. And then I see him again and he's talking. And, that first thing they want to know is, where's your husband? Oh, is your husband here with you? I don't have no freaking husband. Okay. Your children. I don't have no children. I roll solo dolo and I'm okay with that. So he's like, I want to marry you. It's a whole no for me, player. So kick rocks. He got one wife. He is a Muslim. And so I'm trying to be nice. No, I don't want to marry you. I don't want to marry you. Okay. No. Did you pray today? Did you do this? Where you going? What time? Time out, player. Who you talking to? Y'all, my patience doesn't exist no more. We back on that where, I've been trying to be very patient and tolerant with people. So what happened yesterday was he had called and I was on the phone talking. I was on like Messenger talking. So he called on the actual cell phone number and I didn't answer because I'm talking, I'm busy. So he's like, comes to the gate, calls my name. What do you want? I called you. You didn't answer. Okay, I'm busy. Okay, well, something. I'm busy. I was talking. And a few moments later, I saw him walk through the gate. He walked through the gate, and I'm looking because I'm thinking you're going to come to my door and say something. Well, he did not. So he walks past and he goes between my house and the house next to me. And I'm like, okay, what is he doing? I'm talking, yapping on the phone, half listening, because I'm like, what is this clown doing? Like 15 minutes or so. I look out, I don't see him. And then a few minutes later, you see something out the corner of your eyes, because I was also painting, and he's standing next to my window. He's not saying anything. So now that kind of pissed me off. So I come out and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I came to I called you and you didn't answer. I said, we established that you came and I told you I was busy. Now, what do you want? Oh, I came to bring your bowl back. Da, 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 da. I said, and he's laughing. And I said, but let me tell you something. Do not come into our compound without being invited. That's first and foremost. And he's laughing, and that kind of pissed me off. And I said, I'm very serious. I said, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand me? Don't bring your ass up in our compound uninvited. That's unacceptable. That's like trespassing. And you acting rather stalkerish, but trust the process when I tell you. I ain't scared of nothing but snakes and mice, okay? And it can go down. You ain't no bigger than my thigh. Yes, totally stalkerish shit. And I'm like, let me tell you. And he like kind of tucked his head and went. So now I'm on the phone with my sister. She's, what did he's in your house? Oh, hell no. Because if you would have heard somebody screaming if he was in my house, because I'm not holding you up once you cross the threshold to that door. And I'm not fixing to sit up here and smother. Today it was 101 degrees. You walk by and you say, oh, your door wasn't open. You're this. Mind your freaking business. Don't worry about what I'm doing up in mine. This is my spot that I paid for. And I'm not going to be violated by not nan person nowhere. Okay. So we hopefully got an understanding. Don't bring your ass back to my house. Real simple. So I did tell my neighbor across the way, because, me and the young lady, we're the only two women, the rest is guys. So let your husband know this happened. And if you hear somebody screaming, trust the process is not going to be me. Okay. And so she's angry. She's like, I can't believe he did it. Believe it. Y'all weird. And I even told my driver, do you not understand that no means no? Let's establish, I don't want a husband, especially not one from up here. I don't want a husband. He's like, oh, you're supposed to serve your husband and obey your husband, man. Fuck up out my face with that bullshit, because it ain't gonna go down. I'm a new Muslim, so don't try me. Don't try me. I can't do y'all. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I don't answer to nobody. And I've told him this like several times. But if you want to act crazy, we're gonna both act crazy. And I think that my level of crazy, they ain't got they probably don't have a diagnostic code for it in them books over there. But you don't want to see that side of me. Real simple. just just really simple. And it's crazy. And it just I don't know what's wrong with these people up here. Like, I do get it. I understand. So then he tried to use the Quran. Well, the Quran says that you should have a husband. Man, I'm about to tell you what to do with that Quran, because I said what I said. I'm not marrying you and nobody else. Out of my face. So that was my thing yesterday. It ran me super duper duper hot. I was just like, these people are crazy up here. They are freaking nuts. If marriage is your thing, have at it. Do what you got to do. But I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all. I'm doing real good all by myself. And the next, all they do is ask for stuff here. Ask, ask, ask. I need something too. Shoot. I don't know what y'all thinking about. We're not going to do this in 2023. I'm about my business and trying to get established and do my thing. So I think I did not get to go to immigration. So we'll see what happens with that. I got to wait till, okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if you all, it's some kind of Showtime Max or something. It's a Showtime channel, but they have a show on there about Ghana funerals. And I don't know if it's just Showtime here in Ghana, but these people go, like the Christians, they go all out for funerals here. So I think a pastor or something died. Yeah, for real. I think that funeral started Wednesday. And it looked like it was 24/7 around the clock. But like as the sunrise coming up, they shooting off guns. I hear drums, then I hear music all night, and I hear people and I didn't even understand. So Friday, I went to town, I went to the market. So when we come out, these N-words done put up a whole tent around the corner. They got a tent. Yeah, it looked like a party. It was cars and motorcycles and people everywhere. This was a funeral. I promise you, this funeral was like 3 days long. And I was like, well, where's the body? What was her name? Wanda, the funeral hustler. Can I go look at the body? Because I don't like funerals. What they say about Black people, say, who got the body? They don't. They want everybody to be buried, Gordo, but I don't care what they want. Shit. This is my life. We don't want no problems. None whatsoever. So, I keep telling y'all, I don't travel very far without something. But all that. So the other one over here, he's gone south because it's the 1-year anniversary of his father being buried. So then they have another ceremony a year later after you've done like a 20-day funeral. Now we got a 1-year anniversary where we're going to buy what do you call those things? A tomb. And then that's another celebration. So like funerals are like really a big deal here. I don't like funerals or weddings, so it is what it is. So that's what's been going on 8 days into 2023. And you would think, I'm trying to think, I don't really remember, like in the East, they didn't do it like this. If there was a funeral, it would go to the funeral and almost like the US, be done with it. Here, not so much. They last forever and ever and ever. I say, let the dead bury the dead. Amen. Yes. So that's that. in a nutshell. So y'all, so what y'all got going on for this year? What y'all want to do? What y'all want to be? What y'all want to see? All that stuff. I'm thinking real seriously about going to the South, where you know people are a little different. It really is a difference. It's such a huge difference from the North and the South. It's really really a huge difference. So Friday, it was like people everywhere. It was Juma service. It's Islam Friday service. So I was like, why are these police and everything? So the vice president was up here. They always up here, and the water was flowing real good, y'all. The water pressure was high. It ain't been high in like months, if it even come on. So the vice president was here. I think they said he led the prayer, and I'm sure he must have left about 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. He must have been gone. That's when the water went off. I was like, "Oh, y'all dirty rats! Don't sit up here and pretend like." I guess they needed him to have some running water, but yeah, the water went away, and it's finished. So I'm back into my poly tank. I was like, good looking out. I washed my hair and everything. That water pressure was real good. So this is what I'm dealing with up here. So, I got people looking into things, but I think I am going south. I'm gonna try to stick it out till this lease is over with in October. I think I moved in October 6th. Yeah. Other than that, I got a dip. This is ridiculous. This is such craziness up here. I'm so sick of trying to get. I want to marry you. I want to marry you. I'm tired of it. I'm real sick of it. Real simple. Just no. Like no means no. So I know for sure I'm not staying up here. It is what it is. Been watching a lot of specials and just a bunch of stuff, y'all. I signed up. Did anybody get a chance to go to udemy.com, Udemy, Udemy, that I told y'all about before? So I signed up. 1, 2, 3, 5, I think like 4 or 5 classes, art classes, of course. You can do whatever you want to, but yeah, so I'm staying pretty busy and I don't have time for people and their foolishness. So that's what I'm doing. I'm preparing myself. I'm going to, I guess, when I get the feeling, because I generally don't make moves or do anything till I get the feeling. So I'm going to do some marketing on my shops and stuff, and that's that. But for right now, I'm just trying to improve my skills and surround myself with like minds. So I would like to go south anyway and just check out some galleries and stuff. But other than that, it is what it is. So anybody got any plans to come to Ghana? At one point, they have something called Afrochella in December. It's December is a huge deal. So if you're planning to come to Ghana, unless you like a stone party animal, I would not advise you to set foot in Ghana in December because everything is sold out. Everything is super expensive. Hey, Ida. And so they have this thing called Afrochella. And it's these, like, I think 3 or 4 straight days of concerts. And it was standing room only. And I think like on one night they had to shut it down because the people that couldn't get in was trying to storm the entrance. Like, I remember those rowdy days when I was in my 20s, but I was always on time, something that these people here don't know about being on time. So it's like a super duper big deal. And they gave citizenship to, I think, like 120 or 130 people. So I don't know if this is the only time that they do this at the end of the year, or if it's done, but they always make the announcement at the end of the year when they do it. So as far as I know, it's like been 3 times that they've given like citizenship to like 100 people. And I hear that there's like 40,000 African Americans here. So you know, I don't know what. Yeah, I want to see some things. Is BB? I haven't seen her in here. BB Biggs. I haven't seen her, but she went to some like Mole. I think it's called Mole National Park. I think I want to go there. It's like 120 kilometers from here, but I'd like to see that. They got elephants and stuff. And somewhere over there by the Volta region is a waterfall. That's probably the only thing that I will be trying to see in Ghana. And then I was trying to look like the person that I used to go to market. He actually works for some bus line. And initially, like these people don't understand. He said that it goes to some cities, he was saying, and I was like, is that a different country? And he said, yes, yes. And it's not. It's like at the border. So I want to see I want to see Burkina Faso. Go look at the new president. Like, hi, isn't that terrible? But he fine. He did a coup. He did a coup to the man that did a coup. So that's something that's going on. So Mali and Burkina Faso are still off the list until they get their situations straightened out. Ivory Coast right next door. Especially if I move south, then that puts me that much closer to the border of Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire, whatever they call it. And then I think after that is Liberia, then Sierra Leone, something like that. So those are three places that, may think about, maybe to look forward to in 2023. So, looking to improve and maybe try to do a little bit of something because I've acquired, not that I've acquired a lot because y'all see my spot is still empty, but my art supplies. I love my art box and my table. And then I actually bought a piece of plyboard because painting up against the wall was really good. So you get to use your range of motion and all that stuff versus trying to be cooped up at a desk. So I painted my board. It looks really, really nice. I'm not finished with it yet, but I've got like the base part down. And that's all I'm doing. I spend all my days just sitting here trying to create images. And that's it, y'all. I am going places, and I get to near the top. Don't be trying to say, oh, I know her. No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm going to take the art world by storm. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So that's my goals for 2023. A little bit of traveling to be motivated and a whole lot of painting. And it's so funny because like my students, I'm really just doing Cambly on the weekends now because through the week, like people just not showing up or whatever. It's a time zone difference and all that. So I get up, do my due, and then I sit up here and create. I've made my own stencils, my own collage papers because one of the courses I need all that stuff, and I'm ready. I'm is ready. So that's like Monday. It's like I'm a student all over. I took so many courses, and they were running a special, and they said if I complete one of them by the 20th, then they're going to give me another code for another sale. And I'm like, okay, y'all keep giving. But my student had already put me up on game. She was like, wait till the end of the month because everything is always on sale at the end of the month. And I'm like, cool. So this is really cool. Most like for art, most of the people are teachers and 20 and 30 years experience. So whatever it is you're looking to do, you want to do, whatever it is, they probably have a course for business. They got business courses, marketing courses, all. And it's like, so one of my classes was like regular $84 this go around with this batch. I just looked at, see how much they were again. I got it for like $9. I'm like, I'll take it. $9 is doable. So yeah, stay busy, keep yourself busy, and make it do what it do. It's avocado season, y'all. So I am very happy because there's avocados. So until they run out, I'm probably gonna start turning green because I'm eating the avocado every day. every day because I've gone so long without them, and nothing really eventful. Um, Yesterday was Constitution Day, so there'll be, so I don't know what that means, but it's another holiday. And then the next big deal here in Ghana, for those that can say, oh, you can get up and get a trip going in a couple of months. March 6th is Ghana Independence. That's another big deal. So they celebrate, they have festivals and everything during Ghana Independence is March 6th. So hopefully, when I came in 2019, the first time, I specifically came for Ghana independence. And I was so disappointed because the president had moved the celebration from Black Star Square down in Accra up here to Tamale. So I don't know where it's going to be this year, but hopefully I'll be somewhere near because it's pretty cool. You know, it's almost like a military ceremony, the military parade and all that stuff. So, yep, that's it. That's what I know for the up through March, what's going on here in Ghana. Holidays. I know y'all got like every Monday off, January, February, or whatever. So I would like to. That's something that I am truly excited about because that was the whole purpose for me. The first time I came to come here in March was to see their independence celebration. And for those of y'all that are like on Instagram or whatever, you can look it up. Like they get it in. So I want to check it out firsthand and be a part of that. I'm not saying y'all gonna have to wait till March for some videos, but if I also I want to start back walking, so I will start filming through the neighborhood, walking through the neighborhood. It's got to be done before a certain time because, like I said, today it was like 101 degrees, and in the morning it's very pleasant. So I'm going to start back with that, and yeah, that's it. And hopefully get y'all some good footage with that. I should have had the camera rolling with that funeral. I was so busy oohing and ahhing, like, are y'all serious? One day I'm gonna catch one. I mean, I don't even know where these people come from. Like the whole city must come to one funeral. Yeah. It was, I saw a wedding later on too. Wasn't nowhere near as many people at the wedding as it was at the funeral. Sheesh. Yes. So that's it for me, y'all. In a nutshell. Hey, Diallo, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of y'all. But I did want to come in here and for the new year and say hello to y'all. Because I know the last time I told you I wasn't going to be really focusing too much on YouTube. But there may be some stuff that, you know, I can get my hands on. And I may very well be going to Boga. I think he'll be back on the 12th. Congratulations to Chief Inspector Prince Mevemo. Prince got promoted. Yay! Big line and the police force. So when he gets back, I'll probably go over to Boga again. Package, yes, unless someone's coming through. With that. So if I go to Boga again, I definitely go to their market. Like I'm going to try to find their basket market. So for those of you that don't know, over in Bogatonga, which is like 2.5 hours away, that's where they hand make shea butter. And they also are master weavers. They make all of those beautiful colored baskets that you see. And, you know, they ship them south and they sell them, but it's all made up here. Some really cool artisans up here. I know the first time I came, I had so many baskets and everything. I had to literally mail my stuff back to the US because my suitcases was full. And I believe I came with an empty suitcase. I always pack one suitcase and put it inside of an empty suitcase. And that suitcase was full. Everything was full. Carry-on bags was full. And so I think I shipped like 2 big boxes back to the US this, all the stuff that I had bought when I first came here in 2019. So something to think and to consider if you're coming this way. Um, yeah. Yes. So I don't know when wet season starts, but they have 2 wet season. Yes, lots of business opportunities in the baskets. I always tell this story. This story kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but it is what it is. So there was a European gentleman. He has a compound over in Boga, and he's got all these people over there weaving baskets. And so he posts this picture when they make a basket. Now, these are not just your regular typical baskets. These are kind of odd shaped baskets, like modern boho baskets for decorations in your place and everything. And he's posting these people with these baskets, and they're all just smiling. And so somebody had my thought process, like, how much are you paying them? So he's like, I'm paying them market value for the baskets, and then they get 10% of the sale. Yeah, this man was selling these baskets. I think the cheapest one I saw was $800. And I was like, this is what they do. The same thing happened with the drums. My former friend, he made the Dimj drums down in the Art Center in Accra. And they sell these drums for like 60 CDs or whatever. I can't remember, $60, 60. I don't know, it's really, really cheap. So I saw that this person in the Netherlands or somewhere, he's got these drums, because they'll come in and order 10 drums. And so they'll all pool together and make these 10 drums. He's selling these drums online for like $400 and something plus shipping. And I'm like, why are y'all lowballing yourself? So it is a huge market. My guilty conscience, I mean, it is what it is, because most of the things here would be shipping it out. And I always say, if I can get somebody that can receive a large package or parcel, and if somebody orders, then dependable, and mail it out, there's money to be made in that. But the shipping will break you over here. I don't even know how China just got to connect. I don't know. Maybe that's why they take so long. They put that crap on one of those MPS ships and ship it over. But China is like the cheapest place for shipping. I told y'all before that I had made an error with my first sale. I was in the red, because those mugs came from Germany. And so the person paid like $4 for shipping, but Printify charged me $30 because the crap came from Germany. And then it took a long time. And I was like, dang. So think 3 times that amount to come from Africa, because it just is what it is. I don't know, we don't have a good relationship when it comes to postal things. I don't know. I'm surprised my package got here as fast as it did for the holiday, but that package was heavy. Yeah, that package was 11 pounds, something like that, 13 pounds. And it cost $100 and something to ship it from the United States. Shipping, yes, shipping will break you. And I'm pretty sure, I wish Virginia was in here. I have looked up my coloring books on Amazon. You know, my coloring books might be $5.99, and they tell me it costs $44 to ship it to Ghana. Now, for a $5 book, not on my watch. Yes. And you got to know somebody to get a load out of Florida. So, you can get a used container. Another thing for those of y'all that live in places like port cities, New Orleans, Florida, New York, or anywhere on that East Coast that ships are going in and out, is to buy a used container. Savannah, Georgia. Buy a used container. Find some of these Africans over here and tell them that container going to Africa. You can sell it about a cubic centimeter. pack it up in there. They also ship out barrels. I didn't even know that was a thing. If you don't want to get a container, you can put stuff in like a 55-gallon drum, I'm assuming, pack it down in this barrel, and then ship it off to wherever. I just learned last year that was a thing, but it's all about shipping. So that's where the prices come in. And a lot of things like here, even if I was I could start an African Amazon store, because these people here are totally creative. So I've got this one guy in Boca. He's making these super cute purses. Some of them are leather, handmade. These things are handmade. And I've seen a couple of people try it. But these people here, that's why I say Tamale is a little dated. So most of the people in Tamale are Bogatonga, Tamale. They're like 2 hours apart. They're not on social media. Every now and then you'll find one that knows how to work the system that's on social media. When I was in Kenya and Tanzania, everybody took mobile money. Here, these people are terrified to take mobile money. And it might be a reason for that, but it's super duper convenient. But they're real old fashioned and they don't want to use mobile money. Most of them do not have smartphones. So, the art supply store down in Accra, they are on Instagram and they're on Facebook. And I literally have to call them, let them know I'm going to go on WhatsApp, get my stuff, order my stuff, and have a driver from my guy's company that's in Accra go pick it up. So I got to go pay for him to pick it up. And then I got to pay for him to put it on the bus and send it to me. And it's like, that's how I get, because there's zero art supplies up here outside of what the kids use in school. And when I tell you it's kiddie supplies, it is kiddie supplies. So, these are things that can be done. I'm just saying, yes, and yes, how we can get our people's stuff and get it to the U.S., outside of, yes, the barrels. Dean Renee, check out the barrels, because someone was coming and they were like, oh, we just put stuff in a barrel. And I just saw a video the other day and they were like, we stuffed this stuff, we put it down in the barrel, and we put the barrel on the thing. So a barrel, I'm sure, is far cheaper than a container. So if you get a used container, they used to be, you can get one with no holes for about $1,000, $1,200, like a small one. Just, the thing with getting a used container is to make sure it doesn't have no holes in it, because you don't want a rainstorm or waves and everything in there gets wet and gets damaged. But you can charge people by the square centimeter. That's what they do over here, to ship things to the U.S. And then people over there are always, because it's a standing joke in the African community, the people in the diaspora that are from Nigeria and Ghana and stuff like that, the aunties, when they find out you're going to visit Africa, they come with all this stuff and expect you to check it in with your luggage. And it'd be literally like huge boxes of stuff that they're trying to send back to Africa. That could be a thing just from over on the U.S. side of the house. Containers full of stuff. Just get the word out that, hey, I got this container, it's going to Ghana, or I got this container, it's going to Lagos, and these people will show up. So that's a thing. Those are y'all. That's y'all word for the day. Y'all help somebody be successful in that. You truckers, you logistics people, check it out. Check it out. It is a thing. It is a especially if it's coming here, like to Ghana. I don't know how long what the ships usually take. What, 3 weeks, something like that. That's like the slowest method outside of a train in the U.S. But it works because you can charge people whatever, which will pay for itself. I would say get two, get one to come, and by the time that one get there and it's ready to come back, should be another one going. So it's just like ships passing in the night. That's my thought process, but hey, who am I? Yes, that's your word. The word, 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 the word, the word. Yes. All right, y'all. So that's it. Anybody else have any questions? Exploitation is what it means to be white. Damn shame we don't take share tactics and mitigate and eliminate their behaviors. Yes, it's very hard. I was just while I was painting last night, I was listening to some videos on YouTube about Idi Amin, Robert Mugabe, and Shaka Zulu. It was like a 3-hour video. And basically, all of them got in power because they were trying to get it out of the hands of these colonizers. Actually, when Shaka Zulu was in his prime or whatever, the British and the Portuguese and all them, the Dutch, all those people were coming in and making their way up through what is now South Africa, because he had like the largest Zulu kingdom. And all of it was just from colonizers. And it's a shame that what was done, what is still being done, like that you even come into somebody's house and say that you're from there and that you have a right to anything. And people don't like certain. Now, granted, they got greedy. The Idi Amins of the world, they said he suffered from syphilis, so they're probably eating up his brain. But their country suffered. They got it out of the hands of one person, and then so basically, I'm not totally blaming these people. So Idi Amin told those South Asian people, which is basically Indians, to get out. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the F up out of here. I don't care how many generations you've been up in here, but you got to go. And so what happened was these people were making millions of dollars annually from they owned all the stores, all the shops, and everything. Same thing with Robert Mugabe. He told the European, the minority that was there, get out. They owned all the big farms. Well, the problem was not that these presidents were totally greedy and corrupt, but when you took it from these people, nobody knew how to operate these things. Nobody knew how to run a store. Nobody knew how to run these large scale farms. So everything just went kaput. Now it looks like you're the bad person because you did this and you took it out them good white folks' hands and gave it to these dumb N-words that didn't know what to do with it. So the whole thing is to gain some knowledge and to know something about something. I know I'm not totally a business person, so I give you ideas and I say these are things that can be done with working with people over here. I wouldn't do it myself because I don't know what I'm doing. So it will be a situation where, I just took that and blew it out my butt because I didn't know what I was doing. So this is what happened in Zimbabwe, and this is what happened in Uganda. Zimbabwe was formerly Rhodesia, which was named after, what's his name? Rhodes, the Rhodes person, the criminal. And so if the name was changed and everything just went south because the people didn't know how to manage. Even if you come over here and manage, or you know how to do something, come over here and teach these people how to do certain things. Like my driver, he went to help his friend. They got 55 acres. They're growing corn, 55 acres of corn crop. Yeah. When he went, because they picked it all by hand, like the Mexicans in California, they picked it by hand. They did whatever needed to be done to it by hand. And I'm like, wow, it's 7,000 degrees outside. And he was like, oh, Aja, I'm so tired. I'm sure. I'm so sure you picked it by hand, like you don't have a tractor. And I live behind a huge tractor farm agriculture store. Like up on the main road is this agricultural store. And I don't know who's buying the tractors. So I guess they're like super duper expensive. Um, Africa is for Africans. Is it? Because the Africans didn't do good with that. But yes, it should be Africa for Africans. It should be, you look like dirt from dirt, not badly, but if you was made in his image, he spit on the dirt and made you clay, dirt, whatever, shouldn't you be brown? No, I'm not. That's my story, and I'm sticking to, should you be brown, the color of earth? I'm just saying, but you didn't hear it from me. But this was a problem. So hopefully now things are better. Like they do have some specialty schools, and they do have, even if you, like my carpenter, he said his father was a carpenter and his father was a carpenter. So he makes stuff. Like he made me an awesome drawing board and a really nice storage thing for my paint and my pencils. But the same thing goes with agriculture. It has to be something that has to be done. I think somebody asked me about this girl. I can't think of her name. That's supposed to be up here somewhere in Tamale. But now her channel is like do it yourself farming or something. They got a little tiny house, and then they got all this land, and they're trying to cultivate or something. It has to be something now because it is super duper hot and dry up here. So even if like all the garbage that's out there, you need some containers and what you call it, make the mulch stuff, compost. To make compost, it has to be ways. I'm so sick of looking at the garbage, and tell your freaking badass kids to stay out the effing garbage. Not only are they gonna get sick, but the wind is blowing and it's just taking the garbage. You should see all the garbage just all up and down the street, because between the goats and the kids going in the garbage and opening up the garbage bags, this could be compost and this could be stuff that can be grown. But I'm not an agriculture major either. So, these are just some ideas. I'm just saying. Yeah. So I don't know if I wish that I could be, knew everybody that can go and talk to people. But unfortunately, it is what it is. Like in this area up here in the north, like in the south, they're Christians. Up here, it's Muslims. And unfortunately, I guess they don't like to do business with women. And I think that might have been one of the problems. I can't think of eat and migrate, or eat and migrate used to be the name of this channel. I think it's do it yourself farming or something now. She's married someone from up here. Someone was asking me about her, but I found the channel and she's growing plants and everything. I didn't, want to ask her, oh, are you in Tamale or whatever? Because I don't roll like that. And, people be funny style. I'm not, no new friends. That's my motto. No new friends. I think it's a song, but there's things that could be done. There's just the people, the Western countries, the United States, the UK, all of those people, they want stuff to be bad in Africa so Africans can be indebted to them. The president, he's had a speech. He said he wants it to be like China. China don't have to ask nobody for nothing. But when y'all learn how to keep your business in the family, then and only then will you be able to accomplish that. We sitting on stuff over here, y'all. We sitting on rubies and gold. Ghana used to be called the Gold Coast. So you got gold, you got copper. Hell, I didn't even know that rubber was something that you can get out the ground. That's all over there in the Congo. They got lithium. Oh, they said somebody said they no longer no longer exporting the raw lithium or something. Some of these presidents are getting it, and they're, doing what they need to, starting to do what they need to do. Everything is, this continent is rich, very rich in minerals. For those that are vegan, I watched a video that say if you vegan in the US and you feel a certain way, it's because y'all ground and have no nutrients in it. And so even though, yeah, you growing all this fertilizer and stuff, and you growing big old seedless watermelon and big old heads of cabbage and greens and stuff like that, it has no nutrients in it because the ground is sucking the natural nutrients out of this stuff because the ground is basically barren. So, you know, yes, that's that in a nutshell. So be careful. You have to watch as well as pray and be mindful and learn something. You know, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. You have to learn something. You have to read something. And for those of you that can't read, you should try to learn how to read. And at the very least, watch a video. You can find any and everything on YouTube. There are so many European descendants in the United States that have moved off the grid. Yes, they moved off the grid. They leaving, they harvesting, they homesteading, as they call it. They doing their own thing. We said we don't need y'all. We don't need y'all for nothing. And that's something that my people need to learn how to do. You know, my daddy used to farm. We had a garden behind our garage, and he'd get out there after he come home from work. My neighbors, they had gardens behind their houses. Now, this generation, this era, everybody is just so dependent. Like, oh, I'm going to go to Whole Foods because it's organic. No, it's not. It's not. That's a smokescreen. It only has the FDA on said it only has to be a certain percentage to be considered organic. Yeah. So, you know, that is one of the things that y'all, and I don't know if I told y'all or not, but I bought a watermelon that looked like the watermelon from the United States. I was like, oh, because normally our watermelons are a light green color, solid. Well, they had some that had the stripes on it, like the watermelon in the US. That ish was so nasty. I was like, I can't eat this. I don't know what y'all did with this, but some of them motherfuckers, some of them, what you call it, the mutant watermelons, GMO. Giant mutant other. That's what GMO stand for. Because it was nasty. It was really nasty. And I gave it to the kids. And they loved it. They didn't care. I'm like, don't eat it out the garbage. Ain't no food in the garbage. Eat this watermelon. You have to be careful. Because I told you, I still say my diet here in Ghana is nowhere near as great as it was in East Africa. They grew everything in East Africa. Matter of fact, it's just a conflict between Kenya and Tanzania with maize and corn and all this stuff. All my butter and cheese and everything came out of Kenya. Butter and cheese in Ghana is so freaking expensive. It is ridiculous. I don't see no cashews, no raw cashews, so I can make my own cashew milk. Yeah, no, I was making smoothies. I was the queen of smoothies when I was in Arusha. I don't have access to none of that stuff here. And I'm like so excited that avocados are in season. When I saw the girl, I almost knocked her over. I was like, ooh, 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 she got avocados. She had the basket on her head. And my driver was like, oh yeah, I meant to tell you. Oh, you meant to tell me. And I've been fiending for some avocados. So, you know, I have to be mindful and I have to watch everything is real small here, like small pawpaws, papayas, little tiny watermelon. But I took a chance and tried to eat one of them big stripy ones. It was nasty. Aquaponics is growing in the US first time. We need to get on this. What is aquaponics? Yeah, gee, they want you to stay dumb. That's for sure. That's it's just a thing. To me, like I have gone the whole route. I took this whole conscious journey. I was like questioning everything and checking out everything. But even that, everybody is like, oh, this was first, we was first, we was here first. Don't none of that matter if you're not doing nothing with it. Nothing matters. Yes. It is It's sad. Even our most educated, they're so busy trying to keep a position in corporate America that they done lost their identity in the first dang on place. You spent all this money on getting an education, and for what? I'm not saying don't get an education, but for what? You got all them 25 degrees. What are you doing with it? Fighting for a position to make a European person richer than they already are. When it comes to our businesses, we got all sorts of complaints and isms as to why we can't support our own. We wield the most powerful spending power just about anywhere we go because we always trying to buy something to be in competition. $300 for a belt. You think that man need another, or his family, estate, whoever, need another $300? They done got all your money. You think them sneakers on your feet, you think he need another $200 or $300 for them sneakers? We are super stupid. I almost agree with stupefied in ignorance. We are super stupid. Super stupid. Like, oh, we just not gonna buy anything. Like you don't believe nothing until somebody from a European descendant tells you. I can tell you the sky is blue, Gordo. And you ain't gonna believe me, but as soon as Becky come and say, "Oh, Gertie, oh, the sky is blue," you're gonna be like, "Oh, she said the sky was blue." This is us. This is just a brainwashed, brain dead syndrome that we suffer. And it's really pitiful because it's no better over here. Okay, in greenhouses. And for those of y'all like in Texas and stuff like that, y'all got cows and everybody's like, oh, this, that, and the other compost. Compost ain't nothing but rotten stuff. The stuff that you eat, bananas, apple peels, tomatoes, your paper, plastic ain't really the deal, but any paper products, anything, the napkins and paper towel, leaves. My dad, we were talking about how back in the day, my daddy and them, they used to burn the leaves. Because they burn stuff here. It's just black ash, black soot everywhere. And so when my dad retired and some new person moved into the neighborhood, my dad had his leaves or whatever garbage that he done picked up, cleaned up the yard in his 55-gallon barrel, and he was burning it. And them mofos called the fire department, and they came and put the fire out and said if they had to come again, they was gonna find my daddy. It's just, they don't want you to keep your neighborhood clean. They don't want you to, they want you to be in slums. That's where they feel like you deserve, because they feel like you're less than a human being. Still in this day and age. White people in South Africa beating up the little boys at the swimming pool. The police still killing people in the US, but guess what? Y'all don't even talk about it no more because y'all have become so desensitized to it. It don't even matter no more. It's just another day, and this is what they do. Just something to think about. And ice don't even survive over here. The girl told me to rub ice cubes on my face to get rid of these moles. Yeah, I'm like, girl, you don't know where I am. If you take a piece of ice out of the ice tray here, it immediately melts. It's so freaking hot. And it's so dry that the water is immediately sucked into the atmosphere. I couldn't understand why the ice melts so quick. You don't see much ice here. But I bought some ice trays. For what? It just evaporates. Yes. Desires are created and systems formed. It took, what they say, 400 years for us to get to this point. It's going to take 400 more to detox us. I can speak till I'm blue in the face. I know for a fact that I've got at least 2 people that I know that they won't believe a damn thing I say, and they're not going to believe it until somebody white say it or somebody else altogether. What y'all call that? Hating? It doesn't matter. They won't believe me. They will wait till somebody else says it, and and I just sit and like, okay, and y'all wonder why I don't be bothered. I don't be bothered because I don't speak for my health. Yes, we have absolutely been programmed and say question everything. Yes, there are some conspiracy theorists. There are some things that are just people are just over the top with it. Y'all sit up here talking about Kanye. Kanye said what he said. Kyrie Irving said what he said, and look what Massa did to both of them. Strip them down, take their money, use a bad slave. The same freaking rhetoric with FIFA, the World Cup, and these teams are ready. Oh, France freaking team looked like it was straight out the center of Africa. Where y'all white people? This France team, where y'all white people at? African teams are subpar because your best players are playing in Europe. The only teams that I could tell where they was from was Japan, South Korea, and who else? Because it's some dark Saudis. They African shit. They ass is African. But these other teams, they look like the epitome of Africa. Africa want to win, but they don't want to pay their players. So your players go abroad and make these other people look like winners. I couldn't believe it. You see just Google it. Look, Google 2022 FIFA France team. Blackity black, 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 black. Like where y'all white people? It's sad. It's really sad. Japan came in and did the dang on thing. Kudos to them without the help of us. And everybody was impressed, serving up upsets. And still, I bet you if you compare those black players in France and Germany and wherever else they playing, I forgot how much they said this Cristiano or Messi or whatever, they making so much money. I'm like, who is paying them on? NFL ain't got nothing on the NBA ain't got nothing on these, but they playing these boys, well, these men that don't look like us and don't look like them. But I bet you our players ain't getting nowhere near these amounts. Hey, Fitzroy. Yes, because we definitely, we want to belong and we want to fit in. It's a ism. It's an ism. It just is what it is. We want to, I've had a conversation with some people, even myself. When you get some money, you want to say, show everybody, oh yeah, you got some money. You got this and you got that, and you can go buy this and you can buy that. Granted, my taste is a little bit different. Who was that, Mrs. Gordon? I had all them dang on cowboy boots when I was in Texas. Name brand, Luke Casey, Ariats. Yeah, I wasn't coming light in the feet. You didn't want your dogs hurting. That was my excuse. You didn't want your feet hurting. But I don't know all them black cowboys. The original cowboys was black. I don't know one black cowboy boot designer. I don't know one black Western wear designer. But we spent a whole bunch of money making other folks rich in that trail riding scene in that Western world down there in Texas and Louisiana. Mississippi too. Georgia too. Because we do ride horses. We are cowboys because that's what they called you. Cowboy. When they stole us, they stole our cattle too. Because cows are not indigenous to the Americas. I'm just saying. So I'm not saying what, something that I have not already been through. Yes. I have a friend, Diallo, that's in Helsinki, Finland. He's in Finland. And hell, he fight everybody but Finland people. He be fighting the Arabs. He be fighting the Indians because they are over in these countries being super racist. Why? I can't say why we would want to live because I was giving serious thought to going to Germany. But I know my temper. I don't think I need to go to Germany. Even though they said Germany is trying their hardest to make amends to people for the foolishness that went on there. But I still think when I look at Namibia, I have second thoughts about Germany, because Namibia, the minority is the Germans. Then you have the coloreds, which is the mulattoes. And then you have the indigenous people, the Africans, the blacks. And they said they get treated worse by the mulattoes than they get treated by the Germans. But they still got separate communities. Like, you better not come up in our community. Kick this punk ass gate down. Who y'all playing with? So I said, I better not go to Namibia. Yes. So that's something. Y'all done went over an hour. My hamburger's waiting for me. That was real serious. And Diallo, I missed you. Gordo, welcome. God, you showed up on time. Thank you. See, these are the conversations we can have. Because I know a little bit of something about a little bit of something about a little bit of something. It's just that who can take it and run with it? Who is willing to be that change? Try as I may, I really, really, it's rough. I'm just but one person. And y'all know, I'm over here. I'm still here. I'm still making it because I'm living within my means. That's the next thing. The crap in a craw is so high because we come over here and we flossing. Oh, we flossing. We flossing big time. And they didn't run the prices sky high. Don't bring that shit to the north. I'm looking at these people. Oh, well, we want to live in safe communities that's free of goats roam. It's a goat in here now. He won't take his ass out. I tried to get him out 3 or 4 times inside of my compound. We don't want the goats running around. I feed the chicken. The chicken's my friend. I'm worried. Hope ain't nobody done ate them because they ain't come to the door today to get their crackers. So we paying all this money. Y'all pay all this money. You have that mentality. Stay your ass at where you at. Stay where you at. You got all these isms. Yeah, granted. Oh, I want this luxury and that luxury, X, Y, and Z. But I'm coming to the motherland. I'm going to come to the motherland. First of all, why are you talking like that? Why are you talking like that, coming to the motherland? Because you are nobody in the United States and now you think you're going to come over here and be a somebody? It's just like people from the North, how they feel about people from the South in the United States. People in the North feel some kind of way about people in the South. Then they take their ass to the South and them country boys show their ass what time it is. Don't sleep on them. My mama and my daddy from Memphis. You don't know gangster till you've been to Memphis. They from South Memphis, okay? And Houston, Texas, South Park. Trust the process. Y'all come over here with that B to the S if you know. If you know, you know. Oh, yes, Oh, we don't want to see goats roaming all of every house over here is new. There are some traditional houses for the Dogbon, I think I said that right. The Dogbon people, they make traditional houses. They got the thatch, the grass roof, they round, and they right here in the neighborhood. For the most part, every house in this neighborhood is brand new. And I still ain't paying what y'all paying. I'm just saying. When they even look at me and say some stupid ish, I mean, like, I can't afford that. I want to pay what the locals pay. Real talk. Don't bring that bullshit over here. Oh, I'm just saying. Be very mindful. Yes, they want to marry you. Bring a spouse, bring a companion, bring something because they want to marry you. They want to marry you. They ain't gonna marry me because I ain't gonna act right. I ain't gonna act right at all. So I know, stay in my lane. But yes. I'm on the assignment, sister. You are. Diallo, I think you're on my Facebook. Hit me up over there. Hit me up over there. Yes, absolutely, Fitzroy. The leopard never changes its stripes. That is so true. It is what it is. Try as you may. And so the other side of that is, okay, here come the rich Americans. Here they come. Here they come. They gonna bring us something. We just gonna they gonna give us money just for no reason. Look, girl called me and asked me for 150 CDs today. No. Oh, but why? Because I said so. I said so. What do I look like? I'm not giving out no explanations for nothing. No is no. Yes is maybe. My mom used to tell me that my no mean no and my yes mean maybe. I'm gonna ask my daddy then. Yes, go ask somebody else. For sure. All right, y'all. It's been real. I will eventually I'm gonna start doing marketing for my Shopify or whatever. Anybody that likes art, I do have 4 pieces of artwork. Will be prints on canvas. They will be printed out on canvas. So that's really nice. It's not a poster. It's gonna be on canvas. They are up and available. I got some Valentine Day stuff too, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, here I'm trying to get it together and wait for that feeling so I can start marketing over on Instagram, because Facebook, I ain't with y'all program. But that's that. And yes, it's been real. So I don't know. I'll let y'all know if I'm coming on next week. If something really great happens, then I will see y'all next week. If not, I'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. All right. May the force be with you, Dean Renee. Power to the people. Is that whole power to the people? Like, oh my gosh, power to the people. Yes. Red, black, and green. Y'all can go listen to Roy Ayers. Yes, no means no. Yes is maybe. All right, y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. It is, as you can see, the sun that went down, and I'm fixing to go make me some burgers, some mama burgers, and chill. All right, love y'all. See y'all on the next go round. Some of y'all got me, Gordon. I don't know what to say about you. I guess I will see you on Instagram. Anybody have any questions about what I was talking about? You can hit me up on Instagram, and from there you can do WhatsApp. Yeah. So if you get at me on Instagram or Facebook, if you already there, then I can put you over on WhatsApp, or I could talk to you on Messenger or whatever. But yeah, because there is plenty. All right, that was your help. That was your penny. That was your sowing a seed. That what y'all call it? You sow that seed. I gave y'all the seed. Harvest it, grow it, harvest it, run with it. All right, y'all. Oh, let me give y'all some ride music. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. Yes. Doing it big for the 23. Y'all say that shit every year. And it's still in the same spot.